What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today in our Las Vegas Raiders franchise. It is week 5 going up against the Chicago Bears. We just had a very big shocker in a pretty much blowout win over the Los Angeles Chargers. It was still a fun one. I will say there were some things where the Chargers didn't look like themselves, and you could obviously see they're 1-3, which, I mean, sorry, but I suppose it kind of is like themselves. Super underperforming with that roster of super talent. The Chiefs, as you would expect, are 4-0. The Broncos off to a pretty good start at 3-1. The Bears 2-2, just like us. Looking at the team overalls, you would seem or think that we would both be, pretty much right on par. They're a little bit more defensive oriented. We are more on offense. Fields, though, that's a guy that you just cannot account for, even though he's a young rookie and maybe people are putting his name too high in the books. But how do you stop a fast guy that can throw? I mean, you don't, I suppose. Of course, if you're new to the series, well, welcome. Where have you been? Subscribe. What the hell you doing? But if you're new to the series, this is what the team looks like right now. We do have some upgrades. Edwards has been playing the number 2 spot for us with Ruggs at 3. We're constantly moving things around because, once again, it's hard. There's a lot of really good talent around here. Hunter Renfrow is slow, but he's really good at getting open. He catches almost every pass towards him. And then looking at the defensive side of things, a couple more upgrades there. Pass rush really hasn't been that great. Jeromepkr heated up for a couple of weeks and then disappeared. Abram forcing a lot of fumbles. Obviously, these safeties can lay the boom. Well, I mean, half the damn team can lay the boom. You got Diablo, that's a former safety, can really hit hard. Of course, Casey Hayward has been selling a lot lately, so, keep that position in mind. But overall, it just comes down to the offense being consistent, not turning the ball over. And then we got to get a better run game. This run game is not playing up to standards. I know Jacobs hasn't had the worst season ever, but we need more from him, and we need more from the O-line, which, ironically enough, Leatherwood is unfortunately injured with a dislocated wrist. So this is going to be our starting right tackle, Traore, which, he's a big guy, but not super talented. So this could be a very rough week for us. Regardless, let's get right into it. And by right into it, I obviously meant upgrading players. That's clearly what we meant. Damon Arnett Jr., the number 3, gets an acceleration, 3 awareness, 1 man, 1 press. Obviously very slow. I wish you could turn that word press around, and it doesn't quite turn into the word speed, but it's, kind of close, right? Acceleration, 2 play rec. So a lot of safety-esque type things. The coverage around here, really not that great in the secondary, but very good hitters. They hopefully can develop that more. Route running, a temporary 1 boost. Did we actually go up in overall? This is too much for me to know, and we get a speed upgrade, putting Bryan Edwards at 89 speed, which, to be honest with you, I kind of thought he was already 89, but, sure. Hunter Renfrow, obviously, we're not going to really get much chance at a speed upgrade, so we're just going to go, well, we did get Excel. Going to go with the route running stuff, which is really his best chance to be an NFL superstar, really, which I don't know if he really has that in him. But Cole Beasley, maybe, with the vaccination instead of not, I guess. Political video. Divine Diablo just needs to get his coverage up, but, not actually terrible, right? As a rookie, he's pretty decent looking, especially for that overall. Another slot upgrade, Trayvon Mullen, the future at the cornerback position, and that sounded weird because I literally almost bit my tongue off, which would have been great. I mean, it would have made my week. I'll tell you what. 78 overall, Max Crosby, 6 upgrade points. You get an agility, a finesse, hip power. Fair enough. I mean, not great, but sure. Henry Ruggs, chance to get to an 80 overall, and we're not going to allow that. Well, I mean, I guess we are, but I'm not really aiming for that. Catching 2 deep route. I wanted to get his short route up because deep route, yeah, sure. It doesn't work that way, though. We usually just don't get anyone open. And then, obviously, the new superstar right tackle going forward, Traore. Look at him. An acceleration. Put him at running back. Of course, speaking of Raiders franchise, we will be live on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr tonight around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. But we might do more franchise, so literally the episode after this would be, up to date. But a lot of you guys have been asking for the gameplay sliders. I'm trying to constantly tweak them, and this is what I'm rocking with, and of course it is on all Madden. I'll show you that. But keep in mind, for some reason, anytime, for a lot of the comments as well, and just my own kind of thought process and comparing it to other people, I really feel like my game is broken. My account user settings are broken or something because my all Madden just doesn't seem that tough. Maybe I'm just too good. I mean, obviously it's always going to be an issue with every game I play, but you know, just hopefully not. People that are new to the channel are legitimately going to think that I'm actually that, like, egotistical and snooty. Is that a word? Snooty? Snobby? I don't know. But of course, in this one, even at home, we're wearing, I wouldn't say special uniforms, but we're wearing pretty much all silverish white because the Bears were like, we're going to come in and wear our classic alternates, whether you like it or not. And I was like, whoa there, buddy. I don't want confrontation, okay? I play with butterflies in the yard. So, of course, they get their way. I don't mind. Secretively, we wanted this to happen because they do look pretty cool, and this is going to give us more sales with ticket prices and TV buys, because obviously not everyone lives here. We just moved here. We snuck out of Oakland and just ran over here, and here we are. And there's that man, Justin Fields. That is a big issue. Obviously, we mentioned their offense is maybe underrated for what the rating says, but that defense is still the primary issue when facing Chicago. Khalil Mack is going to absolutely break the sack record in a game today, and it's going to be, it's going to be kind of cool for them, but I'm going to be very sad about it. They get the ball first, so thankfully we don't have to face Khalil Mack yet. Just, for the first quarter, we might be able to be like, okay, this isn't too bad. They only scored 7. We get a chance at the ball with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. I feel really, obviously, very high on ourselves. At least they cannot return it with the human joystick, as they call him, Tariq Cohen. Justin Fields out there for his 5th week of action. Let's see what the numbers look like. Pretty good stuff. Chicago fans are looking like, hey, we might have actually found ourselves our quarterback. And let's hopefully prove them wrong, I guess. You can tell that the talks we had with them has really just, made me bend over for them. But will we bend over on the football field? That's the question. Inside, and we miss desperately hard. David Montgomery, another guy that you would expect to have a pretty good season. Only gains 2, but he does stiff arm one of us into the ground and turns us into a carrot. So in 2nd and 8, let's see if we can sprout into a field of carrots. I don't even know what's going on, as that's going to be a first down. Abram on the tackle. Unfortunately, David Montgomery finding that hole that we left wide open up the middle. It's just awful. Clellan up the middle with all of our pass rushers on the edge, our edge rushers on the edge, I suppose. And we miss again. David Montgomery is not really known for his speed. He's showing a little bit of burst today, I will admit. And, of course, their blocking has been near perfection so far, with the tight ends being the main source of those blocks. And to the outside, speaking of tight ends, it's Horsted. That's his name, right? It's hard to tell. Horsted, the guy that's been lighting it up lately with a 20-yard gain on the very first throw. That is obviously not what we wanted, and this offensive performance so far is not what we wanted. They're throwing the ball quick, and there goes Jimmy Graham showing some speed off at the age of 38. I have really no idea how old he is. I'd imagine 32, 33. But, of course, Chicago is making quick work of our defense, and we almost already go offside there. That would have been a nice free play for them. And we almost gave up another one anyways. We are not looking ready. Fields on the run. We are going to cut him off. Clellan Ferrell and Diablo on the play, forcing Justin Fields out and to force the ball to be thrown out. 2nd and 10 from the 12. The first time we actually look like we have a chance to stop them. Max Crosby, a little bit of a late hit. And Carl Joseph all over Cohen, but he does gain 7 yards. Maybe a time for a blitz. This formation's called over erectile dysfunction or something. Over ed. I don't know what the hell that means, but here we go. It's going to be an in-cut. Abram, and Tariq Cohen is going to catch it for a touchdown. They love their short throws, and Tariq Cohen is one of the hardest guys in the league to stop when it comes to short throws. And once again, the Bears make very quick work of this defense. Screw that whole 2 minutes left in the first. They made it all the way down in less than 4 minutes. I'm telling you, that offense is underrated. Underrated. They've got a lot better of an offensive line than they used to. They obviously have a very capable quarterback. And Kenyon Drake had a chance to score there. I just yelled quarterback at you guys. I apologize there. As let's take a look at our very own obviously super speedy, versatile quarterback. To be fair, Derek Carr did have some decent okay, I guess we're not going to talk about it. Had some decent rushing numbers as of late, so don't count him out when it comes to down to a broken play. And yeah, let's run to the left. I don't know. There's something about the left that just seems better. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, it didn't work out, but I still feel like it would have been so much worse going to the right. I don't call it intuition. Call it something. I'm not sure. 2nd and 10 now after that failed run play. Looks like Edwards could be our main look. And Waller. Nope, we're going to go back to Edwards, and it is a missed throw by Derek Carr to the outside. It could go to Waller. I mean, no one's really open, and that's another very bad throw. Went for the touch pass, and he decided to send it. A 3-and-out where we don't even gain a singular... Yep, that's the word. One of those yards. Johnson! Oh, I thought we were going to get a hit stick there. It's fine. Tate the third. Is that Golden Tate? It's not Golden Tate, is it? I don't know when the hell they would have got him, but... All right, come on, defense. We got to do better. Oh, there goes Fields. Get up there! Arnett tries to get him, doesn't. Tackle on the play, but not until a gain of 7. This is looking rough. You can hear it in my voice. I'm looking down the barrel at a 2-3 start and potential unemployment. It's going to be great. David Montgomery slipping away, and a huge hit by Abram. Would love to see one of those coveted fumbles that we see often. But not on that play, as it's going to be another first down on the ground. I really don't know at this point what I'd rather have them do, because it just seems like no matter what they're doing, the shaft is on. And another miss, and another miss. Open field. Allen Robinson down to the 19. This is looking dreadful. Williams in the backfield from the 19-yard line. And they're not going to give it. Wow, that just... It's Allen Robinson, and I still got faked out of my shoes. And Williams is still going stiff-arming down to the 5. Do we wave in the white flag already, or should we give it maybe another quarter? This has not gone well. This has not gone well at all. But it's still early. We get the ball in half. I'm not worried about it. Just play a little bit of defense. Oh, that could be a chance. And we cannot. I get it's Allen Robinson. And even though we have the numbers, they still look like they were in favor. But we got to pick that. We work together. Work together. Someone punch it as high as possible. The other one recover. On the running back, Fields, there's no one there. He's just going to walk in. And he gets stiff-armed. Oh, my Lord. Fields is that dude. Fields is that dude. We're down 2 possessions. So it turns out Justin Fields is pretty good at that football thing. Kenyon Drake, obviously, you have to return it. Not a bad return. We're looking like we're getting some lanes here. Special teams in the NFC North in general doesn't seem to be that great. So definitely worth taking an opportunity here. And, of course, you can see that the ship is shaken. A first down chance. Jacobs gains about 6. We actually gain yards. Justin Fields and them, they're not even celebrating themselves. They're actually celebrating. They're like, wow, the Raiders actually gain yards. Congratulations, guys. I feel like this is like a Make-A-Wish game at this rate. And up the middle, really good blocking. And Jacobs, man, I need to see some better bursts because there's a bit of a lane there. And I feel like 95% of the league could have gotten more yards than he did. But, of course, 95% of the league cannot run through a guy as same as this guy can. 1st and 10, another run, and we're going to be a little delayed with the decision because there was a couple of lanes. I think we took the right one with 4 yards. And, yeah, last week, really good. The rest of the year, though, maybe not so much. Inside 2nd and 6, we are going to kill Jacobs today, but that is fine if it leads to a victory. And taken down by the leg. Really good job there. Going to cause a 3rd and inches look. I want to run it again, but is Jacobs really the guy to run the ball with again? He's kind of juiced. Well, he's got 80%. I mean, okay, if you say so, buddy. If Jacobs tells me he's fine, I'm going to trust the man. On top of the pile, they say that the ball is dead, but the drive is not dead as we gain a massive first down there. We're moving the chains a bit. I like to see it. Jacobs can block. See if we can get Edwards, maybe Brown. And they're going to put Mack in coverage. That is not really a good throw at all. And the home team periodically... Wow, the quarterback has... What, he just can't see? So it turns out that Derek Carr now has vision problems. Don't know what they did to his tee, but sure. Brown, that's not Brown. That's Edwards, and of course, the man just cannot catch worth a lick. That was, the ball did come up. quite far, believe it or not, but I still thought we should have had that, and we didn't. Come on, guys. Oh, to the outside. That's not a bad throw. Ruggs, really good job. They're going to say it was inaccurate. They're going to say he didn't get the foot down. We've got to challenge this. There is nothing to challenge. Not the greatest throw in the world, but what did he not get any, like, what happened here? So, obviously, technically doesn't have possession here. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, do you call the right? I have no idea. It's too ticky-tacky for me. So, last game, it was over before the first half. This game, not wrong. But at least it's not repetitive because it's the other team this time with a chance to put us away. To the outside, Casey Hayward gets broken off of. And if that is Golden Tate, fair enough, because that man does break tackles left and right. But I don't know. I'm going to assume it is, right? What other Tate is going to have the exact same like name as him and have the balls to put number 3 on? I don't know. Oh, that's a huge hit by Carl Joseph on a very fumble questionable Tariq Cohen. And man, it was much worse than I could have ever thought. I thought, you know, it's going to be down 7 just about the start of the second with our ball. It's so much worse. It could not be any worse. Well, I say that, but give it a couple more minutes. As Max Crosby got to contain. Get out there, and that's exactly the issue we were worried about. Max Crosby trying to catch up. Fields almost adding an extra 15 on as we were trying to kill him. And this has gone off horribly, horribly wrong so far. Stay a little bit more central in case they do run it. Why wouldn't you on first down? And they agree. They did have an RPO look. And David Montgomery goes the wrong way, but he doesn't care. Runs right through us to the 25-yard line. We need some pressure. That's the big issue today. Well, it's been... Oh, Abram just gets torched. I get Jimmy's big, but he's not super, super physical, at least when it comes down to route running. Like, he honestly half the time doesn't even feel like he knows how to use his frame, but he did there. And they're already back inside the red zone. And Kwiatkowski, come on, somebody come up! And Tariq Cohen's just going to break every tackle and score. We are just so bad at tackling today. Do you still trust it? I don't know if they're actually going to, maybe blitz him on a delay. They're not. Here's the fullback. A little bit of a bad throw. Absolutely hammered over the middle, but holds on for a gain of 9. We saw this play earlier, but we didn't go to Brown. See if we can get somebody open this time. And he's not really open, but we have the rollout. Good block by Waller. And what is Carr doing? We try to slide, and he just gets confused and almost dies. We got ourselves more trickery, fanciness. Hopefully it doesn't cost us. And Waller's pretty open. It's a little bit of a late read, and he holds on. What a catch. There's a little bit of a late read. Thought maybe Johnson was going to get back there. Didn't. And I'm glad we pulled the trigger as we're now almost into the red zone for the first time, I believe, all game. Which, I mean, I don't want to laugh, but it has been that kind of a night. And it's a little bit of a close call. Ruggs going to hold on. What a catch. But now we're at the exact dreaded 10-yard line, which I do not feel great about. Do we trust Jacobs? I mean, it's really not the question. The question is, do we trust the O-line? And the answer should have been no. Finally get to the red zone, and what do? We absolutely choke it. Still got a chance, though. Waller is my main look here. See if he can catch something in the back of the end zone, maybe. And that is a bit of PI, and they hopefully will call it, because if not, that is going to be a touchback. They have to call that. That was just brutal. That was just awful. Thank you. Thank you, referee. I think you still got to catch that, right? From the 1, Pete Carroll around here because we're looking to throw. And we're too good for that. Score the touchdown to John Brown, and we have life. Not much, but we have a pulse. We're coming with a blitz, and I think Diablo, the former safety, is going to drop back. And Trayvon, come on, huge hit by Diablo. At some point, that little man's got to give up the ball when the neighborhood kid keeps bothering you at your own home. Like, he's got to give up that ball. It's for the neighborhood. 1st and 10 after that first down. Looking to the outside. Oh, bit of a hard hit from the back. Thankfully, for the Bears' sake, David Montgomery is not injured. I'm not going to say just thankfully in general, because, I mean, I'm not an evil, heartless person, but at the same time, I don't want their best players to keep destroying us. And there goes Max Crosby with the sack. Not a lot of yardage lost, but enough to, of course, force a 3rd and 9 now. We just need to hold for once, please. A lot of safeties in here. Stepping up. Max misses him. No, Justin Fields is too fast. Oh, we had him. We had him. Max Crosby missed. It may be worth a look into the rookie, records to see how many yards a rookie has had as a quarterback. Oh, my God. Okay, it's David. For some reason, they're both kind of small, obviously. I mean, David's thicker, but I thought that was Cohen, and I was about to get some team of scientists down here to figure out how the hell that's possible. And good job. Huge hit by Abram as well. And the worst part is it's not even Allen Robinson that's really giving us grief. There you go. It's just this whole running threat aspect. That's really what's caused us all the problems today. Going to go with the press and contain. Are we not? I guess we're not going to contain. Outside, we have a lot of players to cover. And oh my Lord, thank God it's Jimmy Graham. He almost just absolutely crushed all hopes and dreams. Not a great start by any means, but doesn't mean we can't come back, especially if we can get something before half. Even if we erase their field goal, that's massive, just even for the momentum. And who would expect a screen to Jacobs? Of course, maybe that number 52 guy, but hopefully Traore can do a little something. And that is, I mean, I don't even know what's going on. The team just collapsed. Do you guys want to win today? I mean, if you guys don't want to win, I'll just turn this car around right now. We'll go home. I do not care. And that's a bad decision. Good job by Waller to kind of punch that ball out. They want us to roll over. We cannot roll over. We absolutely have to make something happen here. That is fine. We need that extra blocker. Get that. Edwards, thank you. And he gets out of bounds on top of it. Nice. And now our center, I believe, is hurt. And he is clutching the shin to knee area, which for me may as well just be a bullet to the head. I don't want to be too gloom and doom about it, which I keep misusing that, but at the end of the day, it is sucky. And Carr is going to find some room, and that's a okay. He can now Richie Incognito's hurt. Guys, please, foot sprain. Okay, I want you to check this guy's nervous system because he was not holding his foot. But I'm glad. I'm glad that he's got shot nerves because I can deal with a foot injury. And there you go. Waller, another first down. Tries to tackle, cannot. All right, we're moving. We're moving. Got to give it to Edwards, man. Really huge, wiener. Got a chance for Brown over the middle. Waller! Hit as he's throwing. He gets it out there. It's a beautiful throw. It is beautiful. I mean, that's some Big Ben in his prime-esque throw. Bruce Surnham for Incognito. Definitely not going to help when it comes to a team like the Bears who have a really good front. But once again, not long-term injuries. It seems we can live with it. We can live with it. And you had a little bit of a lane to the right. No potential for a block, whereas left, if everything lined up, we could have walked in. Could go to Waller. That's a tough one. And he catches it to the 1. Oh my, that was beautiful. Went with the low throw, hoping if we weren't going to be the one to get it, it would be just the ground getting it. And this is tough because if they're in zone, we could be in some trouble. We're going to block everyone, but bring Jacobs on the out. It's going to be a tough read. And that's a perfect throw. Great job by Edwards, who kind of set that whole thing up. And yeah, we let the clock go down a little bit, but I felt like, 6 seconds, 7 seconds left. With only 2 timeouts, it's about the same thing anyways. Probably should have called the timeout a little earlier there. But assuming some miracle doesn't happen, down 10 at half after the way this thing started is not bad. It is not bad at all. What a play, man. That was, Derek Carr. It was a lot of players, grinding it out there. But Derek Carr, man, give this man some credit. And if only that was the start of the second half because they are in a bad spot right here. But obviously with this one, likely to just kneel it out, and they do. What a game, though. What a game. All right, with ball at half, the Bears got to be feeling it a little bit, right? Like the momentum is kind of just right in the middle, which, with their lead, fair enough. Fair enough. Not terrible. Derek Carr, once again, balling out. He's a gamer. He's doing what he can. Looking at the offensive snaps, they have had a little bit more than us, but not by much. The scoreboard doesn't really show that. It does kind of seem like they have, almost 2 possessions extra worth, but, we're about to catch up on one of those right now as we start the second half. And as far as the focus goes, running to the inside's decent. I still think throwing it medium is going to be the #1 key. And then for them, it is obviously, without a doubt, is stopping the short pass, as that is really where they've killed us. The problem is the focus really should be containing Fields, but there's just so many focuses. I think that defending the short pass is going to be the #1 thing for us to have a chance. I'm just glad Derek Carr woke up a little bit, because some of those early throws were looking pretty bad. To the outside, Foster, very open. Might have also had Edwards, but Foster's the first guy that just shined into my eye. Oh, look at that guy. Look at the Bears guy helping us out. That's nice. That's nice if you show mercy, which we will not. Give me Ruggs. Wrist it to Ruggs. And once again, a nice throw by Derek Carr, considering kind of off his back foot with a guy just about to murder him. And good job, Derek Carr, man. He is under some pressure today. Obviously missing 3 offensive linemen now, it would appear. Actually, the center may have returned. Jacobs gets absolutely swallowed up by Mack. And it sounds like I'm actually being assaulted by Khalil Mack in this one. Screw it right up the middle again. And we're going to go that left lane. Didn't help us earlier in the game, but this time it pays off. And we gain the first. Good job, everybody. Maybe this replacement left guard actually has a spot in the league after all. He's doing a decent job replacing Richie Incognito. And right up the middle, Jacobs is going to be stopped short to the 1. Really good effort there, and I think maybe you just get heavy in there again and hopefully win, which I'd be a little surprised by, honestly. Really doesn't feel like we should be beating their front. And Jacobs going to get crushed for a loss of 2. All right. Take a step back and reevaluate in 3rd and goal. Get this ball off. And John Brown is going to get absolutely just lit up. They did not fall for that one bit, and I was going to call a timeout, but, I mean, the clock is already halfway gone on the 3rd here. Take our field goal, make it down by 7. Near the line of scrimmage a little bit. Carl Joseph. Going to try to stop the running back. Do not need to, as Yannick Ngakoue gets there off the edge. 3rd and 18. This time, Fields has nowhere to go. Back him up a little bit. Could be a screen, which you never know, even on this long of a play. Diablo to the right side. And Tariq Cohen tries to cut up field. Cannot gain 7. But it will be a 4th and 11. Did not mean to rhyme there, but hey, a bonus is a bonus. Jacobs, the primary ball carrier today from the 35. Obviously, he's always the primary, but there's no one helping him today. And Jacobs almost slips it away. Gain of 12. Starting to heat up a little bit on the ground. And Waller, once again, going to prove that. And he holds on to the 24. The main man, the #1, coming down with another great catch. Gain of 3. Jacobs, another run. Going to take that lane to the left guard spot. Gains about 4. The math adds up. 3rd and 3. Do we trust it? Screw it, we're going up the middle. And Jacobs runs right through a man, and I think that should be a 1st down. Kind of depends on where the knee went, but Roquan, 1-on-1, could not stop him. He's a runaway train. This is a bit of a gutsy call on the play action, but we're going to go for it. And what a little fling. That was so filth. Derek Carr does have those little filthy flings at time. Could be an Edwards play. Edwards! Get up there and he drops it! Edwards with the mindless play! He just straight up dropped the ball. He was thinking too much about going upfield for the score that he just didn't secure it. No. That is a huge, huge mistake. Oh my, that's bad. We're going to take this over the middle, and it's going to be picked off by Roquan. The pressure gets there, and it causes a bad throw, and Derek Carr is injured. This could not have gone any worse. He looks like he's in pain. Oh, no. I mean, the way they're working on him, it doesn't seem that bad. So, of course, looking back at the play, that safety has been giving us a little bit of issues. Is that not a late hit? A late hit drives him into the ground, and they're not going to call anything. I mean, look at these late hits. What are these? Jacobs is trying to protect his quarterback, and they're just mauling us. To be fair, they did pick the ball off, but still, like, get off of our quarterback, dude. Hopefully everything is all right, because that is, I mean, it's the Bears. They always hurt everyone, so. Oh, we just left him wide open. Payback! Oh, what a hit by Diablo. Come on, get angry for your quarterback. It was a late hit. It was not, I mean, I don't know if it was a cheap shot, but it definitely was after the, I wouldn't say the whistle, but after the ball was gone. It really should have been our possession. And he's going to fling this thing. Arnett in pretty good coverage, actually. Forcing a 3rd and 6. And, oh, my Lord, thank you. Shoulder strain. How long will that be? It's a return soon. But if we can actually make a stop here, Mariota may have to come out for a couple of plays. And by come out, I mean obviously come in. Come on, boys. Pressure. Pressure. And there goes Allen Robinson. Good job by Arnett after getting beat. Come on, dude. I mean, we're at home. Can we have some home field calls, please? And there goes a pick. You have got to be kidding me. Arnett. That's an interception. And you just let him have the first. And there's just so many people open. Huge hit by Carl Joseph. But it's still going to be a gain of 7. Mullen on the outside. I mean, I think Mullen is probably our best corner. Oh, come on. No, Casey. This is why I said what I said. And, of course, that's going to be a touchdown. We ran the blitz and just got absolutely manhandled, especially at the receiver position. And like I said on the bottom, remember when I said the Chargers, they could just shock you? In a close one with the Browns of all teams. Oh, my Lord. Kenyon Drake, good job holding on to the ball. Number 23 gets to the number 23 spots. 9 minutes left. Down 2 possessions. Mariota is officially in all this preseason practice. Let's see what it's good for as Jacobs. Not a bad decision for the young, well, I'm going to say young quarterback. We know the guy that's the backup. And it was only 1 throw. Wow, Derek Carr apparently seen what he needed to see. That's insane. And Waller is in. Once again, no point in going out of bounds. There goes Waller trying to get extra. Gains 15. And I almost wonder if their momentum isn't there because Derek Carr is in. You know, obviously the crowd's going to go nuts when they see him back in after an injury like that. And we're going to go underneath again as it's going to work. Edwards is going to gain about 9.5, maybe even our shot play. Ruggs could be the shot play here. I would like to bring Jacobs back next to me if I can. I don't see him running a streak, but sure. Wasn't a streak. There goes Ruggs wide open. Doesn't need to be a shot play when you leave him that open. Do not fumble type of games. And Edwards going to be tough, and that is just not a bad decision, but once again, Tayshaun Gibson, man, he's just had himself a day. Edwards never turns around to see it. He's constantly running while Tayshaun sees it all the way and jumps it. We should be able to stop the run in this formation. Not that we need to. And we try to back up. Casey Hayward has just been awful for us this season. He's been very bad. And now our right guard has an abdominal tear. Just about the entire offensive line for us has been injured today. Tariq Cohen falls down out of the backfield. There's just no pressure. Casey, I'm telling you, he's awful. He just got mossed. Darnell Mooney, I believe, with the moss on Casey Hayward. That's a dagger. I mean, that's just not a good read. You're going against Casey Hayward. It's supposed to be, you know, automatically not in your favor. But there, he just gets mossed. It's just awful. I mean, I almost debate benching him. I mean, he's been terrible. I suppose it's time to salvage a little bit of dignity if we can, because the game is definitely not going to be salvaged at this rate. And that was almost picked off. It's like they know where Edwards is going to go before he's going. These guys are just not accelerating fast enough. And that's just an ill-advised throw. I mean, we're just frustrated at this rate. Ruggs. And wow, what a throwing catch. That was pretty filthy. Let us do whatever the hell we want and just call it. Oh my God. Derek Carr accelerating very nicely there as Mac just crushes Traore, who's got so many pounds and so much height on him. But Mac doesn't typically care about those things, does he? Quick throw to the outside. I know Jacobs isn't that type of back, but it's insane to think how fast Roquan can get there. We had Waller. Let's take what we can get. We still had Waller. It worked out, but man, that's just rough. We did say, you know, Derek Carr can run too, which obviously kind of showed that there right then and there. Not a bad throw. A little overthrown because, you know, gets him out of bounds. Once again, I just don't think our offense is only 17 points good. I think we're better than that. Just had a couple of unfortunate decisions and a couple of errors. You got to throw this away. I call that grounding, but Hunter Renfro's right there. I don't get that call. I don't get you're going to call a grounding play there, especially when the game is dead. But you're going to miss a roughing the quarterback call when it was very much so a fair call. Hunter Renfro inside, going to get a little bit of yardage back. Waller over the middle could be my look. It's into double. And, oh, Waller, you got to bring that down, man. His hands have been questionable today. They've just been so questionable. And I still don't know why Jacobs, you know, it's not Kenyon Drake on the sub for that. And we're just going to get sacked. Can't even throw the ball away. Max going to get credit for it. Jacobs actually got pressed so hard, he actually ran the wrong way. And yeah, I mean, it's not a pretty one. We knew this was a possibility with that Bears defense, especially with our offensive linemen dropping like flies. Thankfully, though, most of them aren't long-term injuries, and Derek Carr is also healthy. And it's surprising to actually see one of their guys finally injured. I'm not saying I was looking forward to it, but at the same time, it's just like something's got to give. If there's going to be an injury, please don't be our guy. We try to get inside and look at the blocks. I mean, Casey Hayward's slow. Self isn't even going to catch him. We have been awful. Just absolutely awful. Going to put most of the backups in on this one. This is obviously over, unfortunately. Nathan Peterman. Good throw to Ruggs. To the running back, Jalen Richard to the 41. And Foster Moreau just doesn't even get to that. Obviously, it's a little bit of a low throw, but we felt like it was there. Off the back foot. Not a bad throw. And actually caught. And a horse collar on top of it. I mean, Hunter Renfro is not the type of receiver we need, but the way he's playing, like, do you... Oh, my. Oh, my. That guy. I mean, we just can't double team because it's not even just been Mac that's caused all the issues today. Obviously, now it is because he's in the zone, but it's not even been him. They're off him. That is just poorly thrown by Peterman. And Nathan Peterman tries to run, and he will not get it. Actually fumbles, and that should be the dagger. I know those were the twos, but that's just the way the game felt. We would just get down the field in a decent way, and when it came down to trying to score, we just could not finish the deal. Just failed to do so, and ultimately the defense was obviously just awful. I mean, it's just... The offense wasn't great, but the offense played adequately, right? I mean, I feel like they played adequately. You know, you take one of those plays and, you know, it's a pick six or something like we should have maybe had with Damon Arnett. 24 points is not a bad showing against a team with a really good defense. Their offense just went absolutely ham and never looked back. We got smoked. Justin Fields is the real deal. And boy, am I glad we're in the AFC. I do not want to face that team again. Derek Carr obviously unhappy with the way the game went. He played his heart out. The interceptions do not reflect him in the slightest. And we're just hoping to get this offensive line back and healthy. I mean, this was a really bad experience. It started off kind of iffy. We were starting to turn things around, and then the injuries started piling up, and we just could not be consistent. David Montgomery put up 182 on us. Jacobs was okay, but we obviously had to abandon the ground game. For one, it wasn't really super working. It wasn't super consistent. And two, the deficit was just too high that we just could not. And obviously, a guy like Darnell Mooney jump balling on Casey Hayward also hurts. I mean, that would have been a third and, you know, somewhat long going into it, and we just couldn't get to it because obviously they didn't need it. They just caught a freaking jump ball on us, and it was pretty much it from there. So I'd imagine Leatherwood will be back next week. Our one new injury is probably going to be our right guard, which is a 4-week injury. I'm a little surprised it wasn't worse, so maybe try to make some sort of trade if we can, but all in all, we pretty much have the majority of our starters next week. Obviously, our backup left guard played a pretty damn good role when Richie Incognito is out, so he might just be able to fill right in. We don't even have to worry about it. We'll see. Anyways, even though we lost, and even though it was kind of a blowout, I actually did have a blast. It was challenging. It was tricky. Tried to outsmart them, outplay them, and ultimately it just wasn't enough. The Bears were too much, and now we face what could be a 4-1 Denver Broncos team. I'm not going to say that if we lose, the season's over, but it would be a massive, massive game if we can come out with the W. And I mean, I'm not saying the Eagles are an easy team, but if you can beat the Broncos, I don't see why you can't beat the Eagles. Go into the bye week going 4-3. That would be great. We'll have to see, though. Obviously, like I said, with the stream, maybe we'll stream this tonight and we can actually see that Denver Broncos game. But even if we don't, it'll probably be Ultimate Team or something on stream. And that was pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, because once again, even though we lost by a lot, I did enjoy this very much so. I like when it's a challenge. I like when you have to try to outthink the game a little bit, try to put a lot of effort into it. We just, once again, the injuries piled up. Not fully the excuse, but a decent excuse. Obviously, just going into it, we didn't have a great offensive line to work with. Coming out of it, we were even worse. So, obviously, if we can stay healthy next week, I'd like our chances. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Plays. And then once again, stream-wise, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you come back for next video, which should probably be Face of the Franchise tomorrow with something else. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know. I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to do enough for no money spent, or maybe I can upload something else, something new. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!